You know, I was just watching back through some of my old videos on the MacBook here, and I like to think, maybe I'm a bit biased, but I like to think, these videos are so perfectly articulated. The storytelling's on point. It really captures the emotion I'm trying to portray. The presentation, the quality of it's really, really good. Like, the value is absolutely worth thousands. It will literally change and save people's lives. Like, this shit is some good shit. And of course, I've got a lot of love and a lot of support already, but the videos just aren't popping. You know what I mean? They're just not doing what I see some other videos do. And the reason I'm making this video is because I was just scrolling down YouTube here to do a bit of research on other people's channels that are similar to mine, kind of like just lifestyle talk videos, right? This is random guy. He lives in a trailer, like literally in like a trailer park, like some redneck looking guy. And it seemed like a cool guy. So kind of like nice, down to earth, genuine, cool guy making a video, and he's just talking to the camera. It's like 20 minutes long, and he's just talking about how you shouldn't really attach yourself to things, just detach and let go. Something like that. I didn't really watch the whole thing, but it had like 1,000,000 views, and it's just him talking, no edits, exactly the same as this. And he's stuttering, and he's not the best speaker in the world. And I'm thinking, it really opened my mind up to how life works and how success works. It's very interesting. I'm going to share this with you right now because I like to think my videos are quite good. Yet some of them get literally like just a couple of hundred views, nothing. Whereas some of them go viral and they get thousands and thousands. And the thing is, there is no rules to life. There isn't a set way that this thing works that you have to try and figure out and find the formula and find the code. There isn't a set way. Because it's very interesting. I was looking at Hamza's videos. Maybe you know Hamza. I was looking at his videos, and he's got structure to it. You can tell he's got story, value, like there's a way that he does it that's very structured. And his videos go viral sometimes they don't. I looked at this random guy's channel, sat outside of a trailer, just talking to the camera, no structure, literally just as if he's having a conversation with a friend. Millions of views from 20 minutes of his time. Some of his videos go viral, some of them don't. So it's always the same pattern I see with absolutely everyone, no matter how they run things, whether they've got structure, whether they don't have structure, whether they do this, whether they don't do that. Some of them go viral, some of them don't. And I've experienced this myself with absolutely every realm of life. You see this a lot with women, and this is what I used to teach young men about 2 years ago. When I first started this channel, one of the main things I spoke about was dating, women, mindset, confidence, just believing in yourself as a young man, right? And guys would ask me all the time, what do you think's the best tip and trick? What's the best pickup line that I can use for, picking up women? And I said to them, bro, there ain't no tips and tricks. There is no pickup line. Throw that shit out the fucking window, forget that, and just go up there and enjoy the conversation. Just go and flow. There's no rules to the game. And it's so ironic that this whole time I've been spent the past couple of days researching, trying to figure out this strategy. What am I doing wrong, bro? I feel like my videos are amazing, but they're just not popping off like some of these random guys are. And I'm doing the same type of content. It's not even like there's content that's incorrect. If anything, mine's more valuable, more well-spoken, more articulate, better storytelling, more charisma, and just ain't banging. What is it? What am I doing wrong? And I realized, what I'm doing wrong is I'm trying to make it too structured. There's too much structure. There's too much of me trying to figure the thing out. I'm a very deep thinker, bro. And you're probably similar to me. I think so much. I contemplate so much. I try and figure things out so much. I try and find the why behind everything. I've taken psychedelic drugs before, as I've mentioned quite a lot recently. You can clearly tell it's something that I enjoyed. But it really opened my mind up to, because I was on this drug, I was high and I was tripping out and hallucinating when I took acid and magic mushrooms and all this shit. And I was trying to, the whole time throughout this trip, that's what you call it, I was trying to figure out the secrets to the universe. What does this mean? Why does this do this? Why is that like that? Why is life like this? What happens if this happens? Just asking questions to these voices that were talking to me, that I guess I put down to as God or the universe or whatever. And every time the voices would just tell me, why does there have to be a why? And when I reflected on that back in sober mode, I realized, you know what? There isn't always a finishing puzzle piece to the puzzle you're trying to complete. And this can go for anything that you're going through right now, whether it's you're trying to improve your dating life, social skills, confidence, mindset, health, you're trying to make more money in your business, you're trying to grow your social media like I am. Doesn't matter what it is you're doing, the same rule always applies. Why does there always have to be a why? Why do you always have to figure and master everything? Why? Why can't there just be no why? Why can't you just flow? And that's something I've recently been realizing is we spend so much time thinking, figuring shit out, and not enough time actually living. And that's the paradox we find ourselves in. if that's the whole reason I got like the little space background, just flow, bro. You know what I mean? Just flow through space and flow through time and just enjoy. Instead of thinking more, because you're thinking from a position of ignorance. I do not know what the secret is yet to figuring out this problem that I'm thinking about. Otherwise, I wouldn't be thinking about it. But because I'm spending too much time thinking about it and not enough time living through it, I don't have the answers. So I'm thinking and trying to problem solve something from a position of ignorance. Whereas if I actually spent more time just living and stop trying to figure things out, stop trying to think so much, stop trying to contemplate, stop trying to, what's the key to it? What's the best structure? What's the best business model? What's the best this? What's the best that? Instead of trying to do all of this shit and thinking too much, if you instead just lived more, and you understand, I say this all the time to my students, you can find my school down below if you were interested in joining. I always thought it would be interesting to have a school that teaches you about actual life. When I was a kid and I used to go to primary school, high school, everything, I dropped out of school because of this very reason, but I always thought they just teach you absolute bullshit. How amazing would it be if there was a school that taught you actually how to make money, how to be rich, how to file your taxes properly, tax efficiency, financial literacy, health, fitness, mindset, all of these things that actually make a difference to your real life. Like, school doesn't teach you about mental health. You know, how amazing would it be if there was a school that did that? And lo and behold, you can find that down in the description. The School of Life is there for you. But point being, as I say this all the time, reality is the best teacher, because you can think and think as much as you want. You're never going to truly get the answer from the universe unless you actually do it and live and just try things. And that's the whole point that we're here in this physical reality. You've got this body that you've been gifted, and it's gifted to you for you to test the realms of creativity and test the limits of human capability. And you can't do that if you just start thinking. The more you think, the more you just go off into the void of nothingness, because that's what's out there. It's just a morph of void in different realities. You're in this reality right now, and reality is constantly changing, and the things that work are constantly changing. So what works right now might not work tomorrow. That's why you have to constantly just live. So stop spending so much time thinking, trying to figure everything out, trying to find the missing puzzle piece, and spend more time just being, just existing, just living. And I don't mean this in a way of like, be stupid and don't ever contemplate anything ever again. There's always a balance to everything. That's the whole point of the Chinese yin and yang, right? They realized this thousands of years ago, and it still holds true to this day. Everything that you do in this life must require some form of polarity and balance. Everything you do. You go to the gym to get big and strong, but you need rest to actually rebuild the muscle fibers. It's rest that creates the bigger muscles and the stronger muscles. So everything has a yin and yang, the sunshine and the nighttime, right? The moon, whatever, the rain and the sun, good, bad, positive, negative, good, evil, whatever. There's always a polarity opposite to everything that you can think of. So this is the exact same thing. Yes, you must spend time thinking, contemplating, because it's interesting and it allows you to explore the possible realms of consciousness by sitting and actually just thinking, problem solving. That's what you should be using your mind for, is to imagine, to problem solve, to contemplate. But you don't want to get lost in it. You want to make sure that it's balanced in a nice, healthy way to where you're still living life in actual reality, because it's reality that teaches you the lessons, because there's an emotional attachment to what you go through. Okay, I can sit and think all day long about every potential scenario that might happen if I put my hand in the fire. But you know what's actually going to teach me what would happen if I put my hand in the fire? If I just went and did it. And then I realized, oh, it's hot. Before I even got towards putting my hand in the fire, I could feel the heat and think, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. That's reality teaching me, yo, that's what happens if you do this. The law of cause and effect. We teach all the laws of the universe in my School of Life. Again, you can come and learn how to live a very good, none of the knuckles are cracking today, a very good life inside of my school. But point being is, I want you to take from this, there is no rule. So I'm sat here all day researching, trying to find recently, because I'm shadow banned as well, which doesn't help my case, but I don't like to use that as an excuse. I like to think that it's not real and there's always something I can do better. So I'm sitting there researching, trying to problem solve, thinking, contemplating, and I realize, you know what, I'm trying too hard. The more that you want something, the less you're actually going to get it, because you're signaling to the universe that you're in a position of, I don't have it and I really want it or need it. If you were truly abundant and you truly realize that every reality that you want already exists right now, it coexists exactly the same time as this one that you're living through, you'll realize you already have everything you need. You just need to tap into the right mindset and vibration to attract it, right? So with the money that you want, the women that you want, the body that you want, all of these things that you're trying to manifest, if you want to call it that, lads, you need to understand you've already got it. And the more that you want it, the more that you desperately try so hard to get it, the more you're pushing it away, because you're giving power to the current situation of you wanting it rather than the situation of you already having it, which is a mad, like, mind fuck paradox. But if you can get used to that, you can start to get anything that you want. So main lesson to take from this, just live more, think less. Very, very simple. You don't have to figure everything out all the time. Sometimes life will figure itself out by you simply living it. It's the whole reason you're here, is to live life. And half of you are spending it thinking, and myself included. I spend most of my life just thinking. And it's good, it does have its moments, it is productive sometimes, and it's good to balance it. But if you never ever spend time just living and just doing things more, and realizing that reality will teach you what you need to know, and the answers, all these answers you're looking for and trying to figure out by sitting with deep meditation and writing in your journal all day, they will come to you if you just live, and you just flow through life. Sometimes they might have to be taught in a negative way. They might be wrapped up in a negative package. They might not feel very nice, but you're still learning. And if you're learning, then you're growing and you're becoming more knowledgeable, more experienced, and just better at life. So everything that I teach to you guys on this channel has been learned through physical experience, through actual reality. Some of it has been learned through me actually sitting and trying to problem solve. But as soon as I've problem solved and I feel like I've come to a conclusion using my mental brain, my mental power, I then exercise it in the physical world by actioning it and seeing if it works. And if it does, reality will teach me and I'll get the result that I want. And that's how you truly learn something. You think about it quickly, you problem solve what you need to problem solve. You don't spend too much time up here because this isn't real. It's all theory. It's all coming from a place of ignorance. You don't truly know what the answer to this is until you've physically done it. All right, so reality is the best teacher. Live more, think less. Detach from figuring things out all the time. It's not the be all end all of life. You should live more. That's the whole point of it. Because you will ironically figure more out by stop trying to figure things out. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? It's like the more you want something, the less you have of it. The more you want that girl, you try harder to get her, you make mistakes, you push her away because you want her too much. Have you ever been in a situation where, like, bro, the girl that you don't want is blowing up your phone and texting you all the time? Like, I don't even want this bitch. I want this one. Why can I never get the one I want? It's because you try too hard with the one that you want. And the one you don't want, you don't really give a shit about. You kind of believe you've already got her. And that's that abundance that attracts more of the same energy. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense to you. You can join my School of Life down below if you're interested in learning more about, well, just life itself and just living a good life in every single realm possible. Because there's no point being in good shape if you can't get women. There's no point getting women if you're broke. You need all of these things. You want to live a good physical existence. We will teach you how to do that with over 100 plus guys. We do kick people if they're not pulling their weight, if they're not showing that they are worthy of being in this organization. So you know for a fact that every single guy you speak to and woman that you speak to in this organization is professional, they work hard, they're ambitious. There's someone you could actually learn something from. So this is not like a little play thing where we're like, yeah, let's just get everyone in, just get a bunch of children and just a bunch of randoms that are not even trying hard. This is a professional organization. We will solve real life problems. And you can also, alongside the network that we've got in there, so you can actually meet new people, talk to people that are on the same level as you, wake up every day and be inspired. It's very hard to lose when every single day you wake up and instead of scrolling Instagram, you scroll my school and you see everyone else making money, getting women, improving their mental health, quitting addictions, getting the physical health back in good shape. And you're just gonna sit there all day and do nothing. It's very difficult to do. So the network alone is way worth the money. But then on top of that, we also have video courses, written lectures, written notes, live calls, everything you need to know to extract information at your own pace as well. So it's the perfect place for someone like yourself. So live more, think less, detach, no rules, don't try so hard. And that's exactly what I'm doing with this video. I didn't make any structure to it, no storyline, no like do this, then do this, then do this. That's cool. And you can do that every now and then. But you want to, even when you are operating from a place of structure, just quickly before I let you go, even when you're doing these structured things where you're trying hard to get a certain goal and you're thinking about it very often, you need to do all of that from a position of, I don't really care about the outcome. It's okay. Regardless of what outcome I get, I'm detached from it. I'm enjoying the whole ride of life. I'm enjoying the experience and the roller coaster of life, regardless. Because what some of us do, and myself included, we'll go through this structure and we'll really beat ourselves up if we don't get the result that we want. That's the wrong way to go about it. Okay, so there's no rules to life. Flow, enjoy it. Whatever result you get, embrace it because it's there to teach you something regardless. Reality is there to teach you. If you go down that path, it's going to lead here. So go back, go down that path and see where it goes. And the only way you can see where the path leads is not by thinking about where it might lead. It's by actually just walking down the path. All right, take care and see you soon.